So as you guys know, I have the 97 F-250, the Ford Cummins, and I've been daily driving that, which has been really fun, but I am looking for something that's a little bit more practical, something that I can, just hop in and go, and I don't have to start it up early and heat it up and everything. So I've been looking at getting something that's kind of fun and sporty, and before this I had, a while ago, I guess I had a Saab 9.3, and it was a turbo, and it was really fun because it had a little paddle shifter, and it was just a fun little car. I mean, nothing crazy. It had like 210 horse, but it was just a fun little car, and I could just go and cruise with it. So that's kind of what I'm looking for right now. But I have been looking for a very long time. I've probably looked at about 7 cars since I bought the Ford, because I want to eventually replace it so then I can sell my Ford and not be without a car. But I have not had any luck. I went and looked at Jeeps, and I went and looked at like a 350Z and a Mini Cooper S, and just yesterday I went and looked at a 3000 GT. It was a twin turbo. But it seems like literally every single one of these have just been notoriously just like bad cars. Maybe one of these times I'll grab the camera and I'll actually bring it out, and I'll kind of show you guys some things to watch out for, and some things that I specifically look for. But they've had anything from just like previous body damage that was terribly done to fading paint. I've also had, like on the Mini Cooper, I know Mini Coopers are notorious for having clear coat failures. Let's see what else. With the 350Z that I went and looked at like 3 or 4 days ago, that one was just terrible all the way around. I told the guy, and I was like, hey, this is what I'm looking for, and he said it was in good condition, but it needs a little bit of TLC. Like literally, like window motors needed to all be fixed. Every interior panel was just messed up somehow. Under trays were missing, wheel well liners were missing. The paint just, I don't know, had a lot of orange peel, and then if you looked really close at the weather stripping, there was a little bit of overspray on that. So passed on that one. Passed on this 3000 GT because it looked like it was just kind of cobbled together too. The guy seemed to care about it a lot, but it was not a very nice car. It was, I don't know, when he really pushed it and put it into full boost, it started to like skip and stutter, so I don't know. There's just a lot of things that would have needed to fix on that one. The Mini Cooper had just a ton of different issues, and I'm not, I know Mini Coopers are fairly expensive parts. I don't know. I've been really struggling to find something else. Normally I try to find something that's well below market value. I can drive it, own it, fix up a couple things if I need to, and then I can sell it and at least break even or make a little bit of money. Recently I've been making pretty good money on a lot of my cars, but I'm even looking just to get into something at a fair price that I'm not gonna lose my ass on. But anyway, with these cars I've really been struggling because I've been looking really hard, like literally every single Craigslist post that comes up as a private party seller I have seen. I'm looking super intently. I'm looking into different areas, Twin Falls, which is like 2.5 hours south of here. Looking, Lewiston, which is like 5 hours north of here. Just like all over. I'm looking on Facebook. I'm looking just everywhere to find, good deals that are, within my budget, because I'm not trying to invest a whole bunch of money into one car. But I just kind of want to, talk with you guys a little bit and kind of share the fact that if you don't find something that is in the condition that you feel comfortable with it, don't buy it. you know, there was a couple like super awkward times where I was telling people like, hey, this isn't a very good condition. Like, this is not in good condition. Like, I'm gonna have to pass because I don't think it's a good car. So it's kind of awkward, but you just gotta get over that. It's not worth putting your own money up to, you know, make the uncomfortableness, you know, the uncomfortable situation stop. I kind of learned that I bought a motorcycle a while back. I really didn't do my research for issue number one. And issue number two is that it wasn't in that great of a condition, but you know, I kept thinking like, well, I mean, it's a good enough deal to where it shouldn't matter. And I've been stuck with it for about probably about 6 months now, and I don't like it. I literally have never even ridden it. I've tried to sell it. I mean, it's just one that's going to be really tough for me to sell. It's just totally not worth it just to buy something that you're not comfortable with. Make sure that you really are wanting what you're going to be buying, and that two, you know what you're buying. Knowing what you're buying is just kind of, you gotta get around cars, you gotta look at cars. I mean, I used to just go around to, you know, different car. I used to love going around car lots and just looking at cars. And you know, I would kind of nitpick cars and just think to myself like, okay, this is an issue, this is an issue. And once you start paying attention a little bit closer, you start noticing more issues. Like, I would say 90% of the people wouldn't have ever seen, like on that weather stripping on that 350Z, that there was a little bit of overspray on there with the, you know, the same color as the car. Like, obviously this panel has been repainted, or the whole car had been. Honestly, in my opinion, I think the whole car probably had been repainted. Even though I talked to the owner of the car and I asked him if there had been, if he, you know, if it had ever had an accident. And he told me no, which I knew was false. I mean, there were so many red flags. I mean, just parts that were missing and parts that were broken and like kind of just cut off. And it was just a hot mess. You know, I'm still looking for a car, still trying to find, you know, just a good, fun car. But it's gonna take time, and I guess just a word of advice: keep looking. Don't stop. I mean, that's when, you know, that great deal is gonna go on or on Craigslist, and you're gonna miss it. So make sure you get on there. You know, stay watching. You know kind of what you want, but also be a little bit smart with how you search things too. And eventually you'll find it. Might not be exactly what you were thinking, you know, maybe different colors or different whatever, but eventually it'll come along and you'll be able to find what you want, and good luck to you.